Let's see here. Let's try Instagram, you guys. It still didn't work. I don't know what is happening. Uh, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What's happening? What's going on? And welcome. Happy Tuesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Zimi with sidekicksean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. Dolphin Duet, what's going on? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you, Robin, Cal, Gregory from California, Sandra. Hey, how are you, Dolphin Duet? I'm a little late tonight, a lot late tonight. And on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, now StreamYard allows me to go to shape my camera. So I'm excited about that, which is kind of cool. Very cool. James, how are you? As you're joining me live, let me know where you are tuning in from. That would be neat. That would be kind of cool. I myself, I'm from Southern California, and I can see the fires right outside my patio. I actually was on my patio right now, right before the live, kind of checking it out. And yeah, and I can see the fire, and it is burning. In case you don't know, there's a little bit of a fire in Trabeco Canyon out here in Southern California. It was, you know, somebody 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 started a fire, and here we are. There's been hundreds of people evacuated, and it's just been a mess. So welcome, good to see you. I want to talk about tonight about social validation. This is the social validation thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, and it is actually more popular than you think. Especially these days with the growth of social media platforms everywhere. That social validation is something a lot of people seek. A lot of people look for that. Hey, am I doing the right thing? Am I voting for the right person? Do not be throwing political comments at me. Am I doing the right thing? Am I voting for the right person? Are they going to support me? Am I doing the right business? I got into MLM, network marketing. Oh my goodness. Are my friends going to put the stamp of approval on this decision? We consciously and subconsciously we use social validation all the time. It could be from a friend, it could be from a bunch of friends, coworkers. It could be something that we seek all the time from all kinds of people, or it could be something that we seek from a couple people all the time. You know what I mean? Like we want these people's, like these are the cool folks. We want them to say, hey, yeah, you're cool. You got the stamp of approval. As you're joining me live, let me know you're coming in and where you're coming in from. Once in a while, I'll stop and I'll say, hey, what is going on? Karen, how are you? Catholic Steve, Kahuna, Snickers Smile. I got to be careful with some of these names on TikTok. I ain't going to lie to you because some of you guys get real clever and real smart with the names. Stephanie, how are you? Soulshine. Charlene, what is going on? Johnny. If you're seeking some validation all the time, what could happen is that it could for sure be not so good for your health. Because if you're constantly looking for that approval, that validation, it could lead to what's called social anxiety, which means you're anxious to meet people. You're just anxious to meet because you're afraid if you're going to get stamp of the approval or you're not cool, you know. So so it's very important to keep an eye on social validation. Now, there may be a person in your life or a couple people in your life that you really admire them and you appreciate their feedbacks. From time to time, you like to run things by them. Great, but that doesn't mean you sit here and wait for the stamp of approval to live your life, right? So, social validation could lead into social anxiety, and that's a real thing. That's a real thing because after a while, you're like, you know what? I just don't want to be on Facebook. I just, you know what? Thank you for all the love. I appreciate all the love. Thank you, thank you. If you're not following me, hit that follow. Let's go. Let's do this thing already. Follow me. I am so cool. Um, Thank you for all the love. I appreciate it. Over the rainbow, clay works. Wow, that is a long name. Jazzy, Leah. So this whole social validation, you could be saying, you know what, I just don't want to be on Facebook because there's just, so many haters and there's just not so much things going on, right? And it could be very subconscious of you that you're not getting that validation from, let's say, Facebook, so therefore you're not there. Maybe you're not getting the validation from LinkedIn, and you're like, well, and subconsciously you're saying no, right? If you're on social media and you're building a brand, building a business, especially, um, you got to be on all platforms. Now, not all platforms react the same, right? I don't get all the same responses from all the platforms. I don't, right? So this social validation may actually prevent you from doing something that you kind of want to do. Maybe you want to post something. Maybe you want to share an information. Maybe you want to pursue a career. Maybe you want to start that side gig, but you're just so reserved because that social validation, what other people are going to think. So it may prevent you from really going down your path, especially if you're shy or you think you're shy or you think, oh, yeah, I'm just not a people person, right? Or I'm not just this, I'm not social. You know, when when the good Lord made you, he he didn't um, he didn't come short with you. I believe that you were complete at creation, right? And if you were complete at creation, you have everything you need for what you got to do, right? Because you were complete. Everything's there, right? So if you speak the stuff upon yourself, I don't think the good Lord is going to really appreciate it. Do you remember when Jacob told the good Lord, "Oh, no, I'm just, I'm young. I don't have experience. I'm not good at this. He said, I knew you before you were even born. Don't be talking like that with me. Let's go. Right? Thank you for all the hearts, man. I love those hearts. I appreciate it. So if you're one of those folks that really practices this whole social validation, you may want to check into some of the things to see where is this stopping you from really moving forward in life? Where is it kind of pulling you back from pursuing your purpose, right? Because it definitely is. So, in a world where social media is so huge right now, you know, you can use it as a weapon and hurt other people, or you can use it as a tool and be kind to others and spread love. You get to choose. You know, there are people that use media to spread hate and all kinds of stuff. And there's other people that do the exact opposite. So they're both available, and you get to pick which one, right? With the same thing with the validation. Some people are going to hate on you. Not everybody likes me. I know. So tough to believe. So tough to believe. But not everybody likes me. I get hate, I get blocked, I get cussed out. I do. I do. Believe me, I do. And it's okay. At first, it was really bugging me, but after a while, my coach said something that it really dawned on me. He said, "If you play small, nobody will hate on you. If you play small." Yeah, yeah. Oh, believe it. Believe it. Oh, believe it. Oh, I've been cussed out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you play small, nobody will hate you. If you play under the radar, nobody hears about you. You're not making any moves. Well, yeah, nobody's gonna hate on you, right? The bigger you make noise, the more waves you create, the more impact you want to create in the world, more people are gonna hate on you. Oh, that's cool, man. I appreciate it. Now, you know what? I got what I call rhino skin. you know, thick skin. There's not a lot that will get through and bug me. I've heard. I stutter too, so I've heard all kinds of stuff on the phone, especially. Um, yeah, yeah. I've been ripped apart a few times on the phone, but that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, so now it's a whole different world because I, I call it life mileage. Been around a little bit, right? I've had a few things um, happen, if you would. So I ask you to really focus on this whole social validation. It really sucks. It's it's there's always going to be somebody who's not going to validate. There's always going to. I'll tell you what. I don't know where you are in the world, but here in the U.S., you can go into parking structures and well, out here in California, you can go out. Let's say that it's a big shopping area. You can go in a parking structure and park, and some of the shops, if you spend money there, they will validate your parking voucher, I guess, for let's say an hour or 2 hours, right? So the first 2 hours is on them, and then you pay the rest, right? And then there are some that no matter what you do, they won't validate. They won't validate, no matter what you do. You can be spending 5 hours at the red restaurant, and this is true. Eat there, spend $500, $1,000, and They won't validate. So there's things you can do. You can be doing all kinds of stuff, all the right things, say all the right things, do all the right things. There's always going to be somebody who's going to hate on you, not like you. That's cool. No problem. You can pray for him and move on instead of hating on him. Just pray for him and move on. And don't let that be the stamp of approval, right? You decide. That's my nose. Why? There's a joke in there somewhere, right? There's something in there. Why is it so big? I know it's really big. Are you? What's the? I know there's a joke in there somewhere. You're probably cracking up on the way. I've been punching it with a heart all night. Yeah, I knew that there was something coming. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I got 1.7K hearts. That's a lot of hearts. I appreciate it so much. I thank you. Ding. Um, yeah, that's awesome. I'm like, what? I know I got a big nose, but so yeah, be careful with that. Be careful with that because it leads to like yeah, social anxiety and just any type of anxiety. If you're somebody who's dealing with anxiety, because I do, um, it's not fun. It's definitely not fun. I have anxiety attacks and they're not fun. They're not fun. But yeah, so be careful of that. Be very, very cautious. And you know what? Just catch yourself when you're like, oh, you know what? I'm so waiting for this person's validation. I should, you know. So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. Yes, depression, anxiety, PTSD. Yes, I went through a pretty bad depression last year and a half. So yeah, yeah, it's for real. And you catch me at the end of it. But and the thing is, and the sad thing about this is, it's growing. It's not going down. You know, more and more people are depressed and anxious, and the good book says don't be anxious in anything, but we try, right? We do try. So with that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people. Let's go. And I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.